Here's a look at the brand new re-release of Mace Windu from Attack of the Clones in the Vintage Collection line. This Mace Windu is a re-release of the TVC 1.0 figure, and it's a part of that new wave of reissued Jedi figures. All of these figures were given photoreal updates, and the Mace Windu and Obi-Wan figure were given upgraded soft goods as well. This wave is also the first wave to come with that thicker cardstock that Hasbro is going to be using on TVC figures. This thicker cardstock is really nice because it means that cards won't be as easily bent or creased in shipping, but they are causing a new problem. Because the thicker cardstock is making it a much tighter fit inside of the cases Hasbro is sending out, the figures in each box are being pressed up against each other very tightly. All that extra pressure is causing the bubbles to indent into the card back they're being pushed up against, leaving very visible marks. This damage has been seen on figures before, but it's especially common on figures with the new, thicker cardstock. I really hope Hasbro does something to address this damage because collectors don't want to be having damaged figures, and the retailers, especially fan channels like Entertainment Earth, don't want to be receiving shipments of new waves already damaged when they arrive from the retailer. Damage aside, I think the image on this card back is really nice. I'm always happy when they use a still from the movie, and I think that this one was a great choice. Really captures the attitude that Mace Windu has in this movie. Looking at the back of the card, we can see that this is VC 35 in the line, and it shows off that wave of Jedi figures and figures from the new wave that's been hitting targets in the US. I've reviewed each figure in that wave and that wave as a whole, and if you want to check that out, I'll have it linked in the description down below. I think this figure looks pretty good in the bubble, nothing too surprising with the accessories, but it is nice to see an unlit lightsaber hilt included. That should be the expectation, but we didn't get it on that Obi-Wan figure, so I guess I have to call it out when it happens. Alright, let's go ahead and get the figure open so we can take a look at it loose. Here is the figure loose, and I think it looks very good. This figure, just like that Obi-Wan from this wave, also comes with upgraded soft goods. I think this new robe is actually very good and looks really nice on the figure. It fits well and isn't overly baggy in too many places. It doesn't look too good with the hood up, but that's the case with every figure that comes with the soft goods hood, and I think you can get some good poses with this figure when the hood is down. Personally, I probably won't display him with the robe on, because when I think of Mace Windu in Attack of the Clones, I think of him in the arena after he's already thrown off that robe, but with how good it looks with the robe on, it is making me really consider leaving it like that. Taking the robe off, the figure also looks pretty nice. I think the use of soft goods on the bottom of the tunic especially looks good. Looking up at the face sculpt, I think it's really good. Maybe not perfect, but definitely better than that new Obi-Wan or Anakin in my opinion. It's a case where I'm really happy they updated to photoreal. Not that the old face sculpt was too terrible, but this one just blows that out of the water. I don't know if they've perfectly nailed Samuel L. Jackson, and I think they could probably improve on it a little bit, but this is really nice, and I'm happy with it. The articulation on the figure, just like any other Jedi, is pretty limited. You can still do some cool poses, but I really wish they would update the articulation on these Jedi, especially at the shoulders. It's really hard to bend their arms at an inward angle at all, because they'll just bump into the tunic at the shoulder and it'll block you from posing it in. I hope that's something they fix on future Jedi figures. The unlit lightsaber hilt looks really nice, and it can be plugged into the belt on the side. The paint applications on the lightsaber, especially the lit one, are already starting to chip, and it looks speckled, and that's not a good sign. It makes me afraid and nervous to adjust the grip on the lightsaber at all, and I don't think that I should ever feel nervous that I'm going to damage a figure or an accessory just by playing with it or adjusting how the figure's holding it. It's not as bad as some other lightsabers that I've had with figures, but considering I just took this one out of the package, I don't like that I'm already starting to see damage. Mace looks especially nice going next to other figures like that new Obi-Wan from Attack of the Clones. One day I would love to have all the other Jedi that they released in the Legacy Collection from that Geonosis arena battle. That's an awesome scene in the movie, and I would love to set all that up with that awesome arena playset. For another look at this figure, other figures, vehicles, and playsets from across the Star Wars lines, be sure to check out the Jedi Collector on Instagram. Link will be in the description.